Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tammy Helmuth. I'm the CEO of Girl Scouts California Central Coast. And thank you for joining us at the Volunteer Expo 2020. This session, we're talking about the Adult Recognition Handbook. This is really for service unit leadership, but anybody who watches this, I can't really advise you any greater than what you do at your service unit meeting. You do a phenomenal job of recognizing our volunteers. I've seen you do shout outs. I've seen you give them seeds to plowing the future or sowing the future. I see you do all these amazing things. And I did see somebody give out flashlights, and I love for them. I think the statement was, thank you for lighting the way. You do this. I just have the slide up here for just to make sure that we do talk about informal recognition, because this handbook really goes over the formal recognition process that council can support on. So we'll start at the numeral guards and the years of service. Numeral guards and years of service for 5 and 10 years. Those where the service unit completes a form, they send it into council. We will purchase them for you and send them back to you so you can recognize your volunteers at your service unit, whether you do it throughout the month or the year, or you do it at your end of the year. But 5 and 10s get recognized at the service unit level. 15 years and above, and yes, we do have some that are 50 and 75 years even. These are actually completed again by the service unit, uploaded to the Adult Awards portal, and I'll have the link later on. These actually get reviewed by staff. They get validated. They go to the Adult Awards Recognition Committee for further vetting, and then they get forwarded to the Board of Directors for final approval and adoption. At that time, it gets sent back down to us, and we either ship these out, but we really love to have people present at the Women of Distinction and Annual Awards event, where we can recognize our volunteers that spend this amount of time in person. They can, however, elect out of that and be recognized at the service unit level. But I like to recognize people, and I would love to see them recognized council-wide. We actually increased this book with the awards that used to be here. We increased it 2 years ago. The MCC has created these new awards. They launched last year. This is our second year in the process. Now, you may see some of your older awards missing. I think the Distinguished Leader, the Distinguished Volunteer Awards are missing. They have been retired. So those were retired. We cannot get them. And it actually, this grouping of awards is, I would say, more inclusive, being recognized over a longer period of time. Because whereas one leader can get the Distinguished Leader Award, now they can be recognized as a GIRL 4 award in a period of time. So if you do want to see any changes to this, it's easy enough to either increase or change it. You would just get your membership connection committee person to bring it up to the committee, and we can write processes around it and put it back on this chart. We come to GSUSA Awards. These ones we cannot play around with, right? They're a national award. The criteria is established by GSUSA and awarded nationally, so we can only vet them. Again, nominations come through online. These have to have, I believe, 3, if not 4 endorsements. Gets vetted through the Adult Awards Recognition Committee. If they motion to accept, it moves over to the Board of Directors. We purchase them and present them at the Women of Distinction Annual Event meeting. So the GIRL, that's an acronym that was created at the last national convening session that was done 3 years ago. We liked it, we ran with it, we created this criteria to allow volunteers to be recognized. I'm not gonna go through it with you. This is it on a high level. When you go to the Adult Awards Handbook, you'll see the criteria that they need to further identify and follow. We have a Fund Development Award recognizing a volunteer who is helping us diversify our revenue stream away from programs and product sales. The Super Service Unit Award recognizes a service unit volunteer. And this is hard because we have amazing service units, and trying to identify one person in a service unit is difficult. So that we've created that award. The regional leader of the year, tough. One leader per county per year. We have 6 counties. And remember, that's Ventura, Santa Barbara, San Luis Obispo, Monterey, Santa Cruz, and San Benito. This is probably the hardest one, the Girl Scout of the Year. I'm glad we have a whole committee to select it, because I wouldn't want to pick it. One girl selected throughout the whole year gets recognized as our GSUSA Girl Scout of the Year. For all those men, we have a man enough to be a Girl Scout. Now, it doesn't exempt you from any of the other awards. It just gives you its own category, and it gets recognized any man who has gone above and beyond in service of a Girl Scout. The Art McLaughlin Award, this is our 2nd year. Art McLaughlin is an amazing, very humble gentleman up in the northern part of our council, very well known. As a matter of fact, you cannot look at any document that the board of directors or a property plan that doesn't have his name associated for motions. But Art has been a 50-year volunteer, if not longer. He has worked on both the national and council level. So we have created an award in his name. The Heritage Award, if any of you have met those ladies and gentlemen that run that Heritage Committee, they're just amazing, I have to say, in keeping the history alive for both Girl Scouts USA and GSCCC. So we've created a name in their honor. Now, GSUSA Awards, like I said before, the criteria is established by GSUSA. These typically have either 1 or 2 more endorsements that are needed. These are very high-level awards. Volunteer of Excellence, it basically is in support of the GSLE experience. And you'll see it has to be in support of those mission delivery goals. The Honor Pin, now we're getting into the really good stuff, crossing multiple counties or service units. This pin is restricted to a volunteer. They may be amazing in your service unit, but they have to be amazing in 2 service units or more. So it starts getting more and more difficult. The Thanks Badge, one of the highest level awards that the Girl Scouts has. This one here has to have service that benefits the entire council or the entire Girl Scout movement. If you see somebody with the Thanks Badge 1 or even a Thanks Badge 2, please take the time, go up to them, shake their hand, and definitely look them in the eye and thank them for their amazing support, because you don't run into many Thanks Badge 1s and Thanks Badge 2 honorees. So do hunt them down and thank them. The pin is really easy to notice, but pay heed and thank those volunteers. There are 4 awards that do not go through the nomination process. A lot of these have to do with higher awards, the gold awards. They also are metric based, and then a CEO award that I get to choose. Yay. Actually, it's exceeding the goals of all of the other top 3. And then how do you nominate? It's actually very easy. We have tried to make this process less cumbersome than it ever has been. If you do think there are areas of improvement, please shoot me an email. I would love to make it so simple to nominate all our amazing volunteers. But right now, there is the hyperlink on, it's live. And this is a look back. So the end of the year ends at 9:30 for Girl Scouts. And we shut down the nomination process in January 27th. So now that you're watching this video, Go in and nominate any of those volunteers you believe there are. Staff will help isolate and identify where, if the volunteer has already won one award, we need to move them into another category. They're better aligned with this category, or they maybe even they meet the criteria for a national award. We will help move those up. That all goes between now and January 27th. Okay. Your endorsement signatures, I should change that. The endorsement signatures are not needed. What happens in the process of the online application is that you would identify the names and emails of endorsers, and we'll reach out of those. Between February 21st and April, that's the time the governance movement happens. So staff will provide probably around March 1st the list of formal listing of everybody that we believe has met the criteria, has registered, that has been adjusted in the categories. We'll present that to the Membership Connection Committee. They will review it. I'm sorry, we present it to the Adult Awards Committee, and then they move it to the MCC, and the MCC moves it to the board. I made that wrong. I'm so sorry. I wish I could cut this out. The Adult Awards Committee takes it straight to the Board of Directors for support. Can't change this. Easy enough. You could read this. I just kind of explained it, right? You go into that hyperlink, you create the nomination form, you attach the names and the emails to the endorsees, and it's good to go. People always ask where to put the patches and the awards. This is the adult insignia placement. Take a look at it, download it on the internet. You can copy this piece, take a photo of your phone so you always have it. And if you have any questions, please feel free to give me a call. If you want to see a new award brought to the table, shoot me an email. But also provide the criteria that you would like to see that goes with it, if it doesn't fit into the ones that we already have. With that being said, thank you for taking the time. Now get off this and go nominate an amazing individual. Thank you so much.